All right, now I'm recording. Well, here's the thing. Can't zoom in or out. Fantastic. I don't know what I'm doing. Speaking of I don't know what I'm doing, this one time in Denver, Colorado, I decided, oh, you know what? These white supremacists are coming up to me. They like me. Maybe I'll just, what's the pleasant way to say I'll manipulate them? And, for whatever reason that I shouldn't talk about on international media or whatever, I mean, anyone can view this. And I've been asked not to go into details about why I enjoy exploiting people. And these people came up to me. It's a certain breed of people, the white supremacists, and they came up to me and they thought, "Oh, you're our kind of person. Look at your skin color." And I was like, "Well, first thought that came into my mind was, how do I spin this to hurt them? Because I didn't like that they hurt my friends that were not having my same skin color as me. And I can't talk right because of my PTSD. And I can't think right because of my PTSD. And I took a shot at mingling with the enemy so that I could get to the enemy. And I could make it hurt the way that it hurt my friends, and it hurt me, and it hurt I couldn't have a good day because of them, so they couldn't have a good day because of me, and they lit me on fire. If you take a look at the discoloration in my legs, well, I was lit on fire. And it's amazing because it happened before things got really bad. This wasn't the worst part. But anyways, I mingled with the enemy in an attempt to exploit it. And, maybe my efforts worked. Maybe I made a loud enough noise, but I don't think it extrapolated. I don't think it branched out further than the community I was in, but I do think that perhaps I did make enough noise in the community to insist that standing up to bullies is a good idea, and it works. And I just happen to be the right color of a person to have an advantage, and I took it, and I made an attempt to exploit the exploiter, bully the bully. And really, it's more of an exploitation thing that I was going after was, well, they say that the worst enemy is the one disguised as your friend. I've seen it on Facebook a lot, and that was me. That's what I was going for. I was going to be the worst enemy, and I just was detached from regularity, and I was obsessing over this Friedrich Nietzsche quote. To separate yourself from the tribe, you will struggle and be lonely often, but there is no greater prize than owning yourself. And I thought, I'll stand alone. And then I got this wanderlust of just the glory of, coming out on top. And I did. I did come out on top. Mark my word. I mean, go ahead and see for yourself. I mean, if you had the means to. But I was homeless at the time, and I didn't really have, record of all the feats of coming out on top that I accomplished. But you can look in my eyes and see that they never defeated my spirit. And you can look at my eyes when you see my testimony. I came out on top. I did. And am I hated? I hope so. Because all the people that were oppressed, they couldn't afford to hate at the time. They couldn't afford to respond at the time. They were just the little man because of the color of their skin. Like they chose that. They came into this world and God was like, hey, yeah, God was like, hey, you want to be black and be subject to hundreds of years of oppression throughout your family, throughout your people's existence in this country? And I was like, and I go up to him and I'm like, no, I want to be the oppressor. I want to be the white guy. Because in this world, it's hunt or be hunted. And it's all a matter of, oh, you were born with that color of skin? You have to be the hunted now. And God didn't choose that. God didn't choose, oh, you know what? I'll make some people's life harder. That was us. We did it. And we're the ones that can decide to make it different. We're the ones that can decide. And yeah, I tried to manipulate and exploit these people. And it was an effort to make a change happen. And what happened at the same time, which, I'm not doing it anymore. And now I'm more focused in, social medias, Twitter, really spreading messages of equality. I don't per se think that we should kneel during a national anthem. I think when the first guy did it, Kaepernick did it, he was almost praying. But, a prayer is respectful. But when the president says, oh, we need to stand for the national anthem, I think that maybe what it's time for is the same thing in a different way. Because look at it. You have the African American culture, and its most prominent attribute, one thing that African Americans are known for, is the size of their athletic ability is amazing. It's enormous. It's bigger than all of ours. And, it's just the way it is. Different strokes for different folks. We're all different. All our ancestors were dabbled in different things. And, African Americans have a larger Achilles tendon. And they're better at sports. They are. Mine's like this big. Theirs is like this big. Whatever. Size matters to some people. Football players, for example. Football players are fantastic. I mean, I love the competition. I love the athleticism. I love football players and football and just the whole endeavor of it's an arena, and entertainment, and I like it. So, it's the appropriate platform, I think, for this people that tends to be a little more dominant on the athletic field. Take your time to shine and use your platform, use your voice, but don't take on the president of the United States of America. This is the most powerful country in the world. This is America, Jack. And you can't tell someone all their family died for your freedom. You can't tell them, hey, guess what? We don't care. We don't care about your family's deaths. All we care about is that we have to kneel to spread awareness during your time. We have to do our thing. No. Both sides should win. Just because someone's family died and they're white and all their family lineage died in all these wars to protect your freedom, this is ridiculous. I mean, I'm white, so I said the word white. I hope I didn't offend anyone. Pretty sure I didn't. But I might have offended some white supremacists earlier, which a spade's a spade, and I've never felt more alive than when I caused these people to light my legs on fire because they hated me so much. It felt glorious. And if I offend them, I'm not really trying to care about them anymore. I'm out. I'm out because, I call the shots in my life, and I decided to stop, and they get no love. And that's just the end of it. No love. Done. I don't have to, you lit my legs on fire, I'm going to light your thing on fire. No. They get no love. They get no respect from me in the form of no love to them. And that's it. It's done. And, but this national anthem business, it's the best intention. And it's the best place for the best intention. But it's missing because it's offending the patriots of this country that would die, continue to die. Their family has died for your freedom. They risked their lives on nothing. Yes, and they have these philosophies of standing for something and dying for something, and that, maybe they didn't choose it, but it did happen. And all I'm trying to say is there's a people that's getting stepped on for you to progress, and that's hypocritical. You don't like being stepped on, so you're trying to raise awareness, but you're stepping on someone else that doesn't deserve to be stepped on. Maybe some of them want you to suffer and they're mad. But guess what? This is the world that we live in, Jack. And it's not gonna change. It's not gonna change if we do the thing that we are opposed to further our movement. It's not going to work. And, so there's an effort, and I don't think the intention has landed on deaf ears. I think everyone hears this, and they're like, oh, why do they have to kneel? Oh, the people are being oppressed. Oh. And then the patriots like, oh, and you're really doing more harm than good, to persist. And I'm glad that, someone with authority was like, nope, you're doing it wrong. Stop. We're stopping you. You're going to get fined. But find something else, please, because I'm all for it. Equality, good things in life. And there's equality in the air now. It's not just the homosexual realm of humanity that's feeling the effects of equality. African Americans are starting to establish a voice. Women are starting to become stronger and more independent and establishing a platform, a voice. And this is beautiful to me. I mean, I think equality's in the air. I think it's overdue. That's for sure. Real authentic equality. Not just paper equality. On paper, you're equal. But on the streets where Nicholas gets his legs lit on fire, you're not equal. And that's why I got my legs lit on fire. I didn't want to play ball their way. I wanted to play ball my way. And I took it kind of far. And I'm insecure that I'll ever be able to explain it the right way in a universal voice, except for that I did some things that I tried to exploit some people that I thought deserved it. Does that make me look bad? I think it does. But was it my mental illness? Was it my disease? Possibly. And I'm trying to come to terms with, why did I do that? It feels great. It feels glorious, but I have a family, and I need to take care of them. And so I might have gotten a little deep, and it might have cost me my living space that I was living in. And I went home to where I used to be, that I have family. And so, I don't really respect racism. I'm not for it, If you're so insecure, oh, they're better sports, they're better endowed athletically or whatever, tough, man. Tough. Too bad, so sad. And I just, without getting too carried away with my, could it be righteous indignation? Could it be righteous? Perhaps, do I want that to sting the right people? Yes, I do. And so I said it that way. And I'm so happy that equality's in the air, but I'm so conflicted in my mind about the right way to really have progress in this country and be a bright, shining, star for the rest of the world. Hey, look what we're doing. We got Hollywood, we got the best Air Force. We're America, Jack. And in America, There was Abraham Lincoln, and there are the founding fathers, and there's all this effort to instill virtue within the country's fabric. And, you know, if we could just be more for equality. But anyways, I'm fading away into the distance of what I'm trying to talk about. What I'm trying to say is, I think equality's in the air. I think it's glorious. I think it's the beginning of the end of the evil. I mean, it's evil, and I think it's the beginning of the good, the equality, and I'm just happy. And I've got a, personal, I've got some dogs in this fight, and I'm all for it. And when I win, when the world wins, I'm going to be so happy. I'm not going to know what to do. I'm not, because I have to do. But equality's in the air, and it's glorious. Amen.